We're back with album review.
Hey, what's up?
So, what are we doing this week, fellas?
The Doors.
The Doors, by The Doors.
The Doors.
The Doors.
Yeah, this is their first album from 1967.
The Doors.
The Doors. One of the first huge American psychedelic rock groups of the time. They were definitely one of the first ones people think of.
Yeah.
At least
Jim Morrison being an icon.
Jim Morrison, very
like
iconic name.
A sexual prowess in the fucking
Yeah, you can
scene.
say that.
Yeah, he's a fucking nut job, bro. If you want to fucking hear anything about that, watch the Doors movie. Val Kilmer had a psychiatric break and thought he was Jim Morrison.
To call that method acting right there.
I'm
baby.
Jim Morrison now.
I am Jim Morrison. I never died, bro. I just shit myself in the toilet and didn't want to get up.
Yeah, he just didn't feel like getting up. I mean, he's still sitting there.
Yeah.
So, any background you guys have for this album? 'Cause
No.
I don't really have much to give.
All I know is that he's a fucking nut job and the music was wild.
I know that he predicted his own death like 2 months before it was going to happen. He was like, hey guys, I'm going to die soon.
Wow.
And then he died.
Yeah.
But, let's just jump into the album then, since we don't have much to say.
Oh, he's also a member of, what is it, the 27 Club? 21
Yeah,
Club?
Jim
Yeah,
Morrison's
27.
a member of the famous 27 Club.
Yeah, died at 27. Break on through to the other side.
Everybody
This
knows
song,
this
yes.
This is one of their most famous tracks.
Indeed.
Also, fuck this CD, because I got it from Walmart and they censored the line "She Get High." Don't know why.
Why?
It can go fuck itself.
Uh,
But, anyways, very great song. Very iconic song. Probably one of the biggest Doors songs, and definitely the big hit off the album.
one of the many. This album's got bangers.
This album has a lot of bangers on it.
The Soul Kitchen's pretty cool.
I like Soul Kitchen.
This is it's a very like goofy sound. The inflection in his voice, I have to say this now, sounds so fucking goofy.
It's
Like,
a little goofy.
There's like you can't not make fun of it just a little bit.
No, I can see
'Cause,
that.
it's
But it's fun to listen to, so I
Yes.
think it does alright with it.
Soul Kitchen especially is
Soul
like,
Kitchen's one of those examples.
Oh man, my hoodie's ripping itself.
Another song, before we get to it, like 20th Century Fox kind of follows the same template as that song,
Yeah.
but it works very well with it too. But anyways, before we get to that one, what's next?
Crystal Ship. This one's
This
just
one's slow. I like this one.
this one's kind of molesty, just a little bit,
Just a little. I mean,
just a little bit.
yeah, a bit of the lyrical content on here is not aged very well, like
No,
at all.
Mm-hmm.
nah, like especially with the way Jim Morrison was as a person.
Mm-hmm. Which again, it's
deviant, bro.
another
Fucking
kind of
deviant.
situation where you have to do this a little bit, separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
Because I mean, a lot of people have opinions of Jim Morrison, which are very justifiable opinions.
Right.
So, but again, the music, it still sounds nice at the
Yeah.
end of the
Yeah,
day.
no, it does.
There's a lot of keyboard work, like
Mhm.
early like retro keyboard, like plug in the wall digital
Yeah.
technology, which was pretty neat.
Pretty neato.
Yeah, the guitar player didn't play guitar before this at all.
Hmm.
And only had a couple like
That makes sense.
a year or two's worth of experience and made this.
Yeah, especially back then when you could just throw a band together and get out there.
Yeah.
Whether you were successful or not, that depends on how good the music is. But back then, everyone had a chance. I mean, it's kind of that way nowadays with like the internet and stuff. Anyone can just post anything.
Right.
But back then, I feel like there was a lot more of just, oh, let's get these bands out there. Nowadays, you have to be good,
Right.
and you know how it is. But what's the next track?
The 20th Century Fox.
I like this track a lot. It's one of my favorites.
He's admiring a woman from afar, calling her like a bodacious babe in the 60s.
Yeah, pretty much.
The Alabama song Whiskey Bar.
This is the
goofy ass fucking song.
I like this song a
man.
lot.
One of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah, I like the sound to it, but again, it has some of those questionable lines in it. at
The
times.
lyrical content's just whack, bro. Like, I get it. You want to go for the chick at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounds... You just got a weird...
It's just a weird way of saying it.
Yeah.
The next one's one of the big hits.
Light My Fire.
This is one of my favorites. Is Light My Fire. It's a little long, but I do enjoy
It's
it.
also one of my favorites. I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
Break On Through and Light My Fire, I think, are like a part of the greatest hits.
Yeah.
Overall. Because there's no.
I'd even argue the last track is, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah. Backdoor Man. I love Backdoor.
I like Backdoor Man.
The song's fucking great. It sounds kick-ass. And it sounds like Proto ZZ Top. This sounds like Waiting for the Bus.
Yeah.
But really slowed down as compared to that song. It's super fast-paced. I Looked at You. This one's kind of a...
This one's alright.
A meh track.
Yeah, the last few tracks, I think, aside from the last one, are just kind of okay.
Yeah. End of the Night, same kind of vibe, I know.
Same kind of vibe, I'd think so.
But
it's not bad.
Take It As It Comes, I vaguely remember being like...
Take It As It Comes is also like one of those not bad ones. Like, these last few are just meh.
And then The End.
Oh, The End. Another one of my personal favorite tracks. It's the longest track on the album. Around 11 minutes long, but oh my god. This song gets crazy at parts.
Yes. I love the little guitar interlude where it starts going like out of key.
Yeah.
It's like bow, 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 and like it jumps all over note for note, which is the other thing I was taking notice of to show the inexperienced nature of that guy's guitar playing.
But it also just shows how like out there and like distorted and psychedelic it is too.
Yeah.
This is one of those crazy tracks.
I like it. I just think it's a little too long.
I get it.
It's the 60s. It's the late 60s, early 70s. They were just vibing with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think this one works for its length just because it builds and it has that crazy part.
They're all a little different. Each section's a little different.
Yeah.
Each section of the song.
About like how the kids are going crazy, the one killing his family. Like it's fucking wild.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy a lot of this track.
Doing a blue rock? That sounds like some fucking Heisenberg shit, bro.
He was ahead of his time.
Fucking...
Alright, so what do you guys think of the album?
I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time I've ever sat through a Doors album in full.
This is one of the few I've listened to. I've listened to this album for a couple of years now. And it's got a lot of great hits on it. It really demonstrates what the Doors are.
Yeah. Lyrically and technically speaking. Like they're outrageously.
They didn't have a very long run, but their run was pretty solid, I'd say. And this is just one of their other many albums that I would say.
A part of that Americana and iconography in the 60s.
Yeah.
This was like dudes in Vietnam were like smoking reefer to this and fucking...
The last track, The End, was featured in Apocalypse Now.
Yeah! Wasn't that in the,
It was in the intro.
Yeah. When fucking Charlie Sheen's dad...
And the outro.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the first movie I ever watched it on a Laserdisc, fun fact.
Oh, word.
Alright, so final thoughts, Zach?
This is my first Doors album I've listened to in full. I like it. I'm not the biggest fan of it. But I do enjoy it. I think it was a good album.
Okay.
You want to start with scores? We'll do it this way.
Alright,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give it an 8. I really like the album a lot. Again, those last few tracks before the end are kind of just okay and blend a little for me. But other than that, there's a lot of solid tracks, a lot of greatest hits material on here, and I highly recommend it.
I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I mean, I really enjoy it.
Respectable.
Like I said, I'm not the biggest Doors fan, but I do enjoy this album. I thought it was pretty good.
For the innovation and for the wacky nature of Jim Morrison's voice, I'm gonna give it a 9.
Okay, I was expecting a 10 for a hot second.
This shit was fucking gas, dude.
Yeah.
It was fun though. It was a great trip because I was listening to it. My mom comes walking in and goes, "Let me sleep at night in your soul kitchen," and we were like fucking laughing our asses off.
Everyone loves the Doors.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so before you make your album pick, starting from the next episode forward, we are introducing the 0.5 system.
Let's go.
Which, I don't know, does that open up revisiting albums? Would you guys be opposed to that?
I wouldn't mind that.
Okay, we won't do that very often, maybe like once every other month or so, just so people don't accuse us of being unoriginal.
An anniversary.
Yeah, so like I feel like every once in a while we could revisit an album if you guys feel.
Right.
Okay.
But for now, what do you got, Luke?
Corrosion of Conformity.
I knew it. I knew
Yes,
you were picking these
dude!
guys.
I've been waiting to show this album off. This was in my Spotify Wrapped playlist, and it's Corrosion of Conformity's album Deliverance from 1994.
Okay.
It is 54 minutes.
That's not bad.
It's fucking long, but it's a good one. This
All
is
right.
a good one.
Alright, well, tune in next week where we listen to Deliverance by COC.
Yes, sir.